Hey everybody, this is Papa Bear with Bear Trek Adventures, back with another gear video for my Bama to Baxter through hike for 2022 starting on February 1st. In this gear video, I'm going to go through all the electronics that I'm taking. So I'll first start off with what I'm going to be filming with. A couple months ago when it came out, I picked up the iPhone 13 Pro. This is basically what I used on the Vermont Long Trail. After my GoPro, I was having so many issues with it, I switched to the iPhone, and overall it takes pretty good videos as well as pictures. So that's going with me. And then as its companion, I have a it's the Ulanzi Tripod. Overall, this works pretty good, either to hold as like a selfie stick or to be able to set it up on a rock or a fallen tree or something like that. So this, I've been using this for a couple years now, and overall that works really good too. For those extra windy days or windy summits, I have a, I forget, I picked this up off of Amazon. It's a microphone with a windscreen, and then I have an adapter, so the microphone plugs into this adapter, which connects to the iPhone. So I've used that a couple times. That works pretty good. And then continuing with the theme, I'm still waiting for it to come out, but I had it for my iPhone 12 Pro. It was a special case designed by Polar Pro, and it's supposed to be, they're supposed to start shipping them out the end of December here, but for my iPhone 12 Pro, I have these variable ND filters, and the way these work is this filter, which it acts like a pair of sunglasses for a camera. It attaches onto the back, so for days where it's really sunny out, you can attach the filter onto the case. Like I said, that should be hopefully shipped out here within the next week or two, so I'll have it for the trip. And then some various lens cloths, and then I keep all of that inside this little DCF wallet, which is also where I keep all my cash and credit cards and all that type of stuff. So that is basically what I'm going to be filming with. My battery bank that I'm taking, it's the Anker, I think it's a Power Essentials PD or power delivery bank. It's a 20,000 milliamp battery bank, and this thing works really good. I took this on the long trail, so I was on the long trail for 25 days. My longest stretch, I believe, was 5.5 days, and I still had, I think it was about 30% of the battery left at that point. So I figure I can push this to probably like 6.5 days or something like that. So in the beginning, I know I'm going to have, there's 3 different sections where I'll have 5-day stretches, and then for the most part it'll be about 3-day stretches, and then a handful of 5-day stretches in there. To go along with that, this is something new I picked up. This is a 40 watt dual port USB-C wall adapter. This is the Anker 521 Nano Pro. Before, I was carrying 2 separate 20 watt chargers, but this is the power. It can take the power of the 2 single ones I had for like a ½ an ounce more. The only thing I'm concerned about this is the prongs. I hope the prongs don't break off, but in the event they do, I have my backups at home that my wife can mail to me if necessary. For my headlamp, I've been using this thing for a couple of years now. The Nitecore NU25. This thing's amazing. This thing weighs with the shock cord headband or strap. I think it weighs like 1.2 ounces, and this thing works great. Well, right now I go for hikes or walks after work, and so I use this probably at least 3 times a week, and works great for night hiking. It works great for around camp. Great for hanging it on the inside of the tent. It has the white light, has red light. So overall, that thing works like a charm. The watch I'm taking, I wear this thing all the time. This is the Garmin Fenix 6S. The battery life in these are amazing. Before this I had the Apple Watches, but the battery life on this with tracking activity for like roughly 8 to 10 hours a day, I usually can get about three days out of this with tracking activity. So that works really good. I do like to track my mileage each day, so that's one of the reasons I take it. And then just a bunch of different cords. So I have a cord for my iPhone, a USB-C on both ends. This charges the power, the battery bank. Micro USB cord. That's to charge my Garmin, inReach. A cord for my watch, and then a set of Beats. I think these are the Power Beats. I forget the exact model name, but it's in the gear list in the description below. Basically goes around your neck. The battery in these, I think the battery lasts about 10 hours. These work really good. And they charge with a USB-C cord. And then in addition to all those cords, to give me some like dual redundancy between the cords if one fails, I have multiple different types of like adapters. So if I need to take a USB-C cord and convert it to a micro USB cord or micro HDMI, whatever this attachment is for the Garmin inReach, I have one for that. I got one for adapter for my iPhone. I got a separate adapter, the USB-A to USB-C adapter. Just some different adapters so I can convert a cord to, work in different ways. And then I have I already mentioned it, but the Garmin inReach Mini. For this trip, I won't really be using this for navigation. It's primarily for communication with my wife and family. So when I don't have cell phone service, I can use this to send messages. I would send my wife a message in the morning when I get on trail, usually about midday, and then when I get to camp, I let her know. But I also have the Appalachian Trail GPS loaded onto this, it's probably an old GPS track at this point. But my primary means for navigation is really going to be with my phone, the same thing that I did on the Vermont Long Trail and some of the other trails that I've hiked, using the Guthooks app, which is now the farOut app. That app is amazing. It helps you find where all the reliable water sources are at, where all the campsites are at. It lets you know what towns you're coming up to and what amenities are in each town. At this point, I plan like the first, I think, 1,200 miles of my trip. And I've done all that planning using the Guthooks app, just based on really my planning has focused around really what towns I plan on stopping in, which towns I'll be sending food boxes to, and which towns there's grocery stores in a town where I'll resupply. And then all of that stuff, like throughout the day, most of my electronics go in this Hill Sounds dry bag. and then I keep this inside my pack line or inside my backpack to keep it all nice and dry. That is all the electronics that I'm taking on this trip. So if you have any questions, leave a comment down below. This is Papa Bear with Bear Trek Adventures, out.